This is Tony, one of the reviewers here in Hype. So as for today, we will be reviewing Blon. By the way, I would like to give thanks to Mr. Sonny of Better Audio for letting us give our honest take towards the Blon. Blon Audio has been in the market for 5 years already, but as far as I observed, there is really few information about them. They started out with a headphone named Boss Hi-Fi B8, then this year they suddenly became much more aggressive releasing their first IEM. The box they are shipping out is still unripe with a very confusing version printed on it, but the inclusion feels good enough. The BL03 is a single dynamic driver, and the body is made out of metal shell, which feels kinda heavy. I can easily say that the material used and the level of durability should be on par or even better with the likes of BQ-EYZ, BQ3, and Thin Audio T3. Stock tips are almost useless. They are very thin and doesn't give any resistance when inserted to the ears. Luckily, when I tried with the other trusted ear tips, it fits very well. It provides very good isolation. I can compare the fit with the Advanced Model 3. The weight doesn't bother me in any way, so I can say that it's very comfortable indeed. Overall, the packaging is more than decent for a sub $40 IEM. In fact, it is a notch better than the packaging of KZ. Sub-base goes deep and has excellent texture for the price. It decays pretty quick and easily fits more than enough amount of details. Mid-bass has moderate tightness. It's not the most rounded tight bass out there. It is quite smooth, but the body of the mid-bass is very engaging. It is slightly colored, but heck, playing Bad Guy by Billie Eilish is just euphoric. I can say that the bass of this guy can even beat the ZS10 Pros. Lower mid-range sits a little bit behind the bass. It has moderate warmth to keep the male vocals and guitar strums realistic. It has more than decent details and still sounds full and quite smooth. Listening to Birdie's Beautiful Lies, it sounds quite dull since her vocals is not that thin and pitchy compared to the other pop singers. The upper midrange has more forward positioning than the lower midrange. I love the right amount of warmth here. I say that it has a moderate amount of transparency and body for it to sound versatile with various artists and instruments. The details feels insufficient but not overflowing. Treble sounded airy and smooth. I say that it plays quite neutrally. The treble never sounded aggressive with my tracks. The K speed is good enough. It lacks sparkle and definition at times, but that makes the BL03 easy to listen. It can be listened with number of hours. Details is just decent since the tuning seems to focus with smoothness in there. Nonetheless, it extends quite well. Soundstage feels spacious. There's more than enough depth. Imaging and layering is pretty impressive for the price. In fact, I never expected a sub $40 IEM to sound this good, especially from Blon, since this is their very first venture in IEM. The sound signature of the Blon BL03 leans on warm to slightly U-shaped. There's ample of warmth and that helped in making the IEM sound energetic and natural. Sub-bass and mid-bass is slightly prominent because of the extra fullness, but it doesn't sound too warm in my preference. I tried to compare the E1000 versus the BL03, but they sounded similar for me except the E1000 sounded more linear and has more treble presence. Sub-bass feels more smoother and less extended for E1000, but the BL03 on the other hand sounds more textured and has better depth and decay speed. But the mid-bass of the two sounded almost identical. While the Altair Light sounds darker for me, but it has more sub-bass and mid-bass punch, maybe because of how it is designed. I'll give the bass to Altair Light obviously, but lower mid-range and upper mid-range both sounds way more natural and less resist with the BL03. Well, I can easily recommend this one even under the $100 range, since picking the likes of ZS10 Pro or the Teen Audio T3 won't really be a major dip from the Blon BL03. I never thought the budget IEM to sound this good, honestly. For the full review, you can check the link at the description box. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates.